Hello, welcome to another Becoming a Modern Man. We're playing White-Red Genesis Chamber once again, and this time we are playing against an opponent who is running a rather interesting Burn at the Stake Storm deck. This was a deck I actually covered in Standard when it was a sort of Standard legal, as it were. This deck is a modernized version of it. Looks like we took a mulligan to 6. We ended up keeping this just because kind of got fed up of mulling into one land hand, and this is vaguely playable. Lead up from Norrin. Our Treetoff comes in to play that. I'm going to play the Electromancer. I'm going to bolt it. I don't want to pass it because I don't want to give him more lands, so I'm going to bolt it instead. And then we're going to be able to play our Pridemate, which is just going to be a 2-2 here, unfortunately. So we don't have any of the Soul Sisters or anything. Miracles Reforge the Soul, which is pretty good for us. Going to allow us to draw a lot of cards. We've got a couple of Soul Sisters, which means this Ajani's Pridemate is going to be quite considerably sized. Also a champion, which we're going to be able to grow a little bit. Well, quite a lot actually. We're going to be able to run a Grim Lavamancer, and Norrin's going to come back in a turn, while our Ajani become a 6-6, knock our opponent down to 14. Now he's going to come back, gain 2 life, make our Ajani's Pridemate into an 8-8, and that wins us the game. Obviously our opponent wasn't able to go off and took him down there on turn 4. So let's go on to game 2. So this is our opener, not the most exciting. I'd like to have a second land. I didn't know quite what my opponent was on, but I figured it was Storm, so I brought in Rest in Peace. It turns out that isn't a great card against him. He doesn't seem to actually use the graveyard all that much. But I'll let you see that for yourself. You draw a land, which is nice, and we're going to be able to drop out Soul Warden. I'm playing Young Pyromancer. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer to that at the moment, but we are going to be able to gain quite a lot of life off any activations of it. That champion into Norrin, and happy just to attack into this Pyromancer. I don't think he's going to want to trade it off, and we would have to be happy to take the trade. It runs out a second Pyromancer, which is a little bit disconcerting. So we're still going to be able to attack with our champion, but yeah, I didn't quite know what was going on here yet, but we'll soon to find out. So we play our Soul's Attendant, gain some life, and our champion's going to continue to get bigger. But Manamorphoses and proceeds to go off. So we gain 2 life every time he makes a token. And he's just going to continue to play Storm spells, so we lead off with Manamorphose. Then there's Battle Hymn, which is going to make him a considerable amount of mana once it resolves. So yeah, that made him 8 mana. He's then going to Reforge the Soul, get a new grip of 7 cards. Some rituals, Manamorphose, making him some blue mana. Another Battle Hymn, which is going to make him 16 mana, was that, or 15? Then into an Empty the Warrens. So this is pretty crazy. He's going to make a ton of tokens here, and they can probably kill us on our own, but that is not actually the game plan he's going for. The game plan is actually Burn at the Stake, which is pretty insane in itself. Yeah, we are getting 2 life per token, but it's not going to be good enough with the amount of tokens he's making to keep us alive. So I think that empty was for 5, was it? Something along those lines. And I believe, yeah, he's got another Reforge the Soul, 3rd Pyromancer, an Electromancer, which obviously means he generates more mana. Manamorphose now nets in mana, so it's going to continue to go. Peer through depths. Finds him. Reforge the soul. He's going to be able to cast. Making even more tokens. He's got a ritual. And here's the burn at the stake. So taking all his tokens down. See if we can get this. I'm going to go too quickly there. There we go. Burn at stake. I think it was for 30, I think. Maybe more than that. Maybe 35, something like that. Let's see how much it does, damage it does in a second. Oh no, for 50, sorry, not 30. Yeah, so 50. So that is going to be able to kill us 150 damage to the dome, and yeah, pretty insane. Even managed to kill us through all these Souls Attendants, so it took us from 120 life to minus 22. Pretty crazy. So let's go on to game 3. So this is our opener. We've got Soul Warden Norrin, a Bolt. I kind of figure he's not going to be able to go off very well without a young Pyromancer in play, so I like having the Bolt. So we'll lead off with the Soul Warden, follow it up with Norrin. And just drop this Sacred Foundry in. Let's have any second turn play, which is nice. And the champion. Here, growing off Norrin, which is nice. It peers through the depths, finding an empty the Warrens, which is a little bit worrying. There's a second Pyromancer. Oh no, this is the first Pyromancer actually, isn't it? Yeah, so he's got his first Pyromancer there. I didn't play it on my own turn to play around Spell Pierce. I doubt he has Spell Pierce, to be honest, and maybe we should have just killed it there, because that way we can play Ranger this turn. Maybe that would have been the better play. Probably would have been. And another Pyromancer, so this is the second one, which is kind of annoying. After having to kill the first, and now we don't have an answer. We're going to be able to use Ranger to fetch up some Soul Wardens. I figure if we get 3 Soul Wardens on the field, then that actually negates the power of Burn at the Stake. Seems pretty good for us. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to play the second Soul Warden we got with the Ranger this turn. So it looks like our opponent's about to go off. Kind of has to be honest. So it has Electromancer, which is going to help fuel things. Empties for 5. That makes quite a lot of tokens. Meanwhile, we're going rapidly up in life total. It's actually at this point we kind of wish we were Soul Sisters. If we had Serra Ascendants, this would be a position to be in. Then he has a second empty, this time for 6, so pretty brutal. I feel like our opponent drew pretty well. I remember playing this deck in Standard and it really wasn't all that consistent. And to be honest, not many of the cards seem to have changed for this modern version. So I kind of feel like my opponent got a little bit lucky. That's not to disrespect his play skill or anything. I just think his draw seemed pretty good. I remember when I played this in Standard, it was super inconsistent. And I mean, if he hadn't had the second Pyromancer, young Pyromancer, I don't think he would have done all that well. It's kind of lucky that our deck is removal light, as it were. So opponent makes all the tokens. I could have attacked with at least the champion, but I kind of feel like we're better on defense. If our opponent attacks us, guess we'll probably just try and chump as much. And yeah, sort of slowly trade off. I don't know how quickly he'll be able to kill us that route. Our opponent doesn't attack, which kind of surprised me. I feel like he definitely should have attacked with all the tokens, but it looks like he's going for the burnt mistake kill. So I attack with Norin, just so you can go away and come back again. It's a free 4 life for us, so definitely seems worth doing. For our turn. Don't do anything. We're going to get our Pride Mate out. Going to gain 4 life, which makes him a 6/6. And Norin comes back, gain 4 life again. So he's going to grow very rapidly. Up to a 10/10. Still not in a great position though, because if we ever attack, he's probably just going to chump with one guy. Opponent uses Peer Through Depths, makes a token which gains us 4 life. Peer Through Depths again, 4 life again for us. So our Ajani's Pride Mate is now an 18/18. He finds burnt mistake, has a ritual, which is going to allow him to cast it this turn. Well, we're on 134 life. So he's tapping all his guys. It's also running out of time because it did take quite a while to get to this stage. So how many guys does he have? So this is a burnt mistake for 37. It's quite impressive. So we gain 4 life before it goes off. So we are on 138. So this isn't actually going to be able to kill us. Funnily enough, I kind of thought we were dead. Though I'm not too good at the quick math. So yeah, we're still on 27. He only has 1 token back, so I think he dies on the swing back. Oh no, he definitely dies on the swing back. So yeah, he ends up having to concede. I think if he'd attacked the turn before, he'd have only lost a couple of tokens. Probably, well, maybe 3 tokens perhaps. And then hit us for a lot more. I definitely think he should have attacked us and then tried to find burnt mistake. That was pretty much the difference, really. I don't know if it was exactly 1 attack to kill us, but yeah, I think he should have started attacking. I think the burnt mistake kill was a bit greedy and obviously didn't pan out, but yeah, kind of a crazy game. Gained 100 life in 2 games straight and lost 1 and managed to just win 1. So yeah, interesting deck as well. I'd be quite interested to see what his full is. I kind of doubt that it's as good as it looks here, but maybe that's me just being a little bit skeptical. I remember this deck was not so great in standard, but maybe the cards make it that much better. But yeah, interesting matchup anyway.